Welcome to Italics, television for the Italian-American experience. I'm your host, Anthony Tamburri. This episode of Italics takes us to Queens College for the opening reception of the exhibit Interwoven, Artistic Expressions of the Italian-American Experience. Then we go to the St. Regis, New York for NOIAW, the National Organization of Italian-American Women's annual gala luncheon. Finally, we visit Cipriani's 42nd Street for NIAF, the National Italian-American Foundation's 2024 New York Gala. The Interwoven exhibition, curated by Olivia Tursi and Gina Minielli, celebrates Italian heritage and the immigrant experience, emphasizing the profound generational impact of Italian ancestors' decision to come to America. Let's go to Queens College.
Guarda lassù, già tocca il cielo, due ali, un mondo di speranza, lontano eppure vivido nella memoria di bambino. Guarda laggiù, da una nave, mentre la terra è più lontana, non sa parlare, canta già la bianca spuma delle onde, ricorderà chi era a terra. Si perderà là più in là nell'infinito blu, nascosto da una nuvola.
What a beautiful day on our campus, on our beautiful campus. Thank you, Ms. Tursi. You and Gina Minielli have organized a compelling exhibition. It's terrific to see this turnout for the opening. And I congratulate everyone associated with this great project. I'm so proud to see Interwoven presented here at Queens College, where it can be appreciated by our diverse students, faculty, and staff, and all members of this college community. In a time that I know is fraught and anxious and divided, to be able to bring people together through art, through images, as they celebrate their heritage and present it to others, this is what higher education is all about. Welcome to the Interwoven Show, welcome to Queens College, and let's celebrate together. Thank you.
We have been interwoven since 1656. When about 300 Waldensians from Piemonte came to the United States. So we've been here, and we just haven't been recognized as long as we've been here, whether it's the likes of William Paco or Carlo Bellini from the 1800s to who's around today, and there are many who are around today. So this is wonderful. I love the idea of a show like this, which sheds light on those corners of the United States where Italian Americans have in the past and continue to make an impact. So I say tanto di cappello to both Gina and Olivia.
This exhibit actually started with Gina's work. So Gina is the seed of all of it.
And it was during COVID, and Olivia and I met in a Zoom meeting with other members of ARIA. And we were trying to come up with ways to get new members. Mm-hmm. And then I said, oh, well, I have been working on some photography about Italian Americans. And then it kind of evolved, and here we are.
ARIA stands for the Association to Reunite Italian Americans, and that is a faculty and staff group here at QC. We put out a call for submissions to faculty, staff, students, and we were amazed at how many responses came in, and the exhibition grew and grew as time went on, and now we have 19 contributors. We have photography, we have text, we have video, ceramics, we have a podcast. It really just continued to expand, and we found so many people who actually already had existing work that they wanted to display. So that was something that I found interesting with this process, was that, you know, we put out a call for Italian Americans to contribute pieces that were representative of their cultural experience. And all of the pieces that you see already existed. So no one had to make anything representative of their culture. They were already doing it, and we just created the forum for them to display it.
We have a good variety of staff and then faculty, and we also have students that have submitted work. And then we have somebody like my sister who has been taking a family portrait at our Sunday dinner for the last few decades. So we made an art piece out of our Sunday dinner pictures.
I also have a piece within the exhibition, which is it's a video that shows various photographs and another video within of a pastry making experience that my family does. It's something that my grandmother has done forever. As she got older, my cousin and I started helping, and my mom started helping, and now my cousin's son has helped, and my son is small, but he is present. So we've had 4 generations now making this pastry together with her, learning from her, learning her technique and all of that. And it's so much more than just the pastry. It's symbolic of when we eat the pastry, which is Christmas Eve together, Christmas morning, and just the time together and the conversation and the connection that occurs in those moments. With all these years making this pastry together with her, we were kind of unconsciously, you know, my grandmother was unconsciously passing the tradition to us, and we still carry on. That's actually, I think, one of the most powerful pieces within the exhibition.
It's by an artist, Caitlin Santoro, and she's also a professor, and her grandmother had Alzheimer's. Caitlin created a piece where it's her reminiscent of her grandmother's wallpaper, and there are empty picture frames. And when you take a UV light and shine on it, the memory comes back. And then the memory slowly fades away, just like the illness.
I think it's such a beautiful display and a beautiful tribute to Caitlin's grandmother.
What I found was that when I would start talking to people and I realized that their parents were both born in Italy, we had this invisible connection. And I may have known them for 5 minutes, but we just seemed to have the same language, the same way, I'm using my hands, the same way that we spoke about things, and I just felt an immediate connection. Well, it was actually a little embarrassing because I would ask random strangers, were both of your parents born in Italy? And sometimes I would get very interesting responses, but often it would spark a conversation. So most of these images are people where both of their parents were born in Italy. Now, someone like Mike Piazza here, his grandfather was born in Italy, but his father and he have remained very intact with their cultural identity.
We're just, you know, overwhelmed by the quantity of what's here and the diversity of what's here.
Even while students especially were hanging their work and talking about their town that their family is from and just describing what it's like to be there and going and visiting and feeling like an immediate sense of home, even though it was their first time being in the place. It was just lovely. It was lovely to hear it from that generation. I just felt like there was a commonality of coming from a family of hard work, coming from a family of not giving up, and coming from a family of knowing that education is very important.
Indeed, our strength lies in our togetherness, our ability to gather, to share stories, and to celebrate life as one family. Thank you, everyone.
Our final speaker this evening, Professor Claudia Calì, will read an excerpt from her podcast about her experience immigrating here from Italy.
I decided to begin this short narrative with the excerpt of a poem of Khalil Gibran because it represents the feelings of many immigrants. My house says to me, do not leave me, for here dwells your past. And the road says to me, come and follow me, for I am your future. And I say to both my house and the road, I have no past, nor I a future. If I stay here, there is a going in my staying. And if I go, there is a stay in my going. For me, there is truly and always, in Gibran's word, a going in my staying and a staying in my going. For in this inherent duality lies my effort to reconcile my Italian roots, my childhood and formative years, my close family and friends in Italy, with my current personal and professional rich and fulfilling life in New York.
3, 2, 1. One more. 3.
This has been such a wonderful experience for us to, gather all these artwork, meet all of these wonderful people, and just, connect in that way, as Gina was describing before, with all of these new people for us about our culture and just what makes it beautiful and what we want to share with the world.
T'ha insegnato il viaggio, guarda dritto e non voltarti indietro, la tua strada è lunga, già.
This year, NOIAW honored 2 accomplished women of our community, Jodi Pulice as Distinguished Woman of the Year and Ornella Fado as Friends of NOIAW. Let's go to the St. Regis.
Thank you for being here. Welcome. I'm delighted to be your MC today as NOIAW celebrates its 44th anniversary as the premier national nonprofit founded in 1980 by Aileen Riotto Sairi to combat negative stereotypes and promote the advancement of women of Italian descent. I would like to ask Deputy Consul Mamanna to join me here at the podium to deliver remarks and greetings from Italy.
Today we have the honor of congratulating with Jodi and Ornella and for their enormous success and work. With their dedication, passion, and commitment, they represent a model of women leadership for our community. Also, as we gather here today, let me remind of the power of women working together on advancing women's rights and positioning in our countries. Throughout our work, that of NOIAW, and the contribution of women such as Jodi and Ornella, we inspire other women and push them to thrive not only for women inclusion, but leadership and empowerment in our societies. Today, luncheon is not only a celebration, it's a testament of women who lead with courage, compassion, and conviction. So let's continue this journey together and continue to support each other in the future. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Jodi Police Smith, I'm so honored to be your friend. And I'm also honored to seek your counsel. And you have incredibly bold, great, big Italian American ideals and ideas that will change this city and this state and this country. And that's why it's your turn to come to the podium. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend Jody Police-Smith.
We are women with amazing spirit, and we're determined, each one of us, to single-handedly transform what's going on today. So I would like to invite up Erin, Taylor, and my niece, Vivian. Whenever I have any kind of a speaking engagement, or really any time I'm on the stage or at a podium, I try to bring other ladies with me to have them experience and feel the energy of an audience like you. It's acceptance, to feel the acceptance and the recognition that we feel when we're up here. And especially to be in front of a positive organization like NOIAW. In this way, they will know that it's possible for them to stand right where I am standing today, and that anything is achievable. So whether it is the women standing by me or my friends and cousins in the audience, the one thing that we all share in common is that we're still, and we've always been, hardworking women. There's no slouches here. We're teachers, we're medical professionals, business owners, lawyers, and all successful women in our own right. My heritage has served as what I believe is the basis of my confidence, and this has led me to a lifetime of perseverance, innovation, and just thinking outside the box all the time. And these are really all characteristics of my Italian heritage, my Italian grandmother, my mom, and pretty much all Italians throughout history in America. So although my business has provided me with many, many opportunities, my mission is not merely to complete real estate deals. It's to bring more women and people of diverse backgrounds into my industry where there aren't any. And to NOIAW, thank you for the recognition, and alla salute per 100 anni. Thank you very much.
It's my privilege today to introduce this year's recipient of the Friend of NOIAW Award, Ornella Fado. Ornella is best known as the founder and CEO of OK Productions, LLC, a media company producing TV shows. And in particular, she's the host, creator, and producer of Brindiamo. She was born in Naples, raised in Calabria, and at the age of 17, she moved to Rome, where she performed as an actress, ballet dancer, and singer. And at the age of 23, she became a talk show host, which sort of explains why she's so able to do the Brindiamo show. Well, Ornella has now become engaged in a business venture with the owners of Topo Gigio. And before I present her with this award, Topo Gigio has a message for her.
Ciao, ciao! Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, Topo Gigio. Remember me from the Ed Sullivan Show? I wish to be there to celebrate the work and the mission of the NOIAW's women. In particular, me and Alessandro Rossi, owner of the worldwide Topo Gigio brand, want to congratulate the 2024's honorees, Jody Pulice and Ornella Fado. Ornella, I will be waiting for you in Milano. I can't wait to film my new series of Brindiamo with you and me, Topo Gigio. E mi raccomando, strapazzatevi di coccole! Evviva! La 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 la.
I actually was moved by Topo Gigio. What about you? Right? Wasn't it cute? I can't believe that I work with Topo Gigio now. Because NOIAW is all about women, and some men sometimes, I want to take this opportunity to recognize two remarkable women who inspire me daily. My mother and my daughter. My mother has guided me for the past 35 years with her spirit. My mother believed in the beauty of her dreams, and she made her dreams come true. She made me think I could do anything, because if I had the discipline and the passion, because volere è potere, the power of will. And here I am believing that I could create, produce, and host my own TV show in a foreign language, in a foreign country, on an American channel, with a thick Italian accent. Well, my daughter is the most wonderful person I know, not just because she's my daughter and I'm an Italian mom. Well, that is one of the reasons too. She is a woman with a solid value. She's intelligent, emotionally wise, compassionate, and reliable. She has a high moral character. She's very grounded, even too much. She's also very patient, an excellent quality for an educator with 29 children in a class. Thank you again, NOIAW, and this award really means a lot for me. Ciao a tutti, grazie. Thank you.
The 2024 NIAF New York Gala celebrated the achievements of exceptional Italians and Italian Americans, honoring Monica Mandel, Giuseppina Di Foggia, and Carlo Scissura. Let's go to Cipriani's.
Penso che un sogno così non ritorni mai più. Mi dipingevo le mani e la faccia di blu. Poi d'improvviso venivo dal vento rapito e incominciavo a volare nel cielo infinito.
Another wonderful gala.
This is my 11th. Do you realize that? 11 years in a row we've sold this beautiful venue out. You know what's amazing about this? More and more people are coming from out of town. You'll see today as we go through the program, we have so many Italian dignitaries. We have the president of the region of Tuscany, mayor of Palermo.
Tonight, for the first time, there's also a delegation of Canadians, because yesterday we signed an accord to unite the two diasporas, the Italo-Canadian and the Italo-American. And so we signed a comprehensive memo which will see us working jointly on a number of projects. There's a lot we can learn from them and that they can learn from us. They have a more recent diaspora, a post-World War II diaspora, so they're closer in many ways to the language and even to the culture. And so I'm looking forward to spending more time in places like Toronto and Montreal, and you'll see this evening that there's a strong delegation here from Canada in New York City.
We did a little math. There's 1.7 million Canadian Italians. And between that and our organizations, we have more than 20 million Italians representing the Northern Hemisphere. Right. So it's very exciting.
All over the world, we count 80 million Italians or Italian descendants. Right. But there is no doubt that South America see the most numerous community, and North America is as much as important as that one, with a great concentration in the tri-state, as you know.
La NIAF alimenta questo ponte. Il grande merito della NIAF è che tiene vivo questo legame, lo tiene vivo non a parole, lo tiene vivo con le azioni, con quello che quotidianamente si fa qui in America, e ha questa forza di aggregare, di stare insieme, ma non isolati, ma di essere questo ponte ideale che spesso diciamo.
Al di là del bene più prezioso ci sei tu. Al di là del sogno più ambizioso.
My story is like many of your stories. I am an immigrant. I came to America by myself, which was unheard of for a young girl from a small town in Italy 25 years ago. And I felt like many immigrants that came for centuries before, coming to America, leaving literally everything behind. I arrived at JFK with just a suitcase, and I built this life for myself. And I remember seeing Manhattan, the skyline, for the first time and thinking everything was so big, just as big as my dreams. And I said to myself, you know, this is home now. But as many of you know, it is very hard to be an immigrant initially. I was alone. I felt different all the time. I didn't know the customs, the mores. I didn't even understand people when they were speaking to me. And at the beginning, I wanted to belong so badly that I even enrolled in a school in the village. There was a diction school to erase my accent that at the time was so strong, because I wanted my voice to sound like everyone else's. Until I had an epiphany, and I realized that being an immigrant actually was not a liability, rather it was an asset. That being different made me unique and memorable. That I could marry my Italian sensibility with my American intensity, and that was my superpower. In fact, I think this is our superpower.
Italy gave me the advantages of academic excellence in a challenging and demanding discipline, engineering. This was then complemented here in the United States, where I continued my studies and then started working at Lucent Bell Labs Technologies, dealing with intelligent networks. My time in the United States taught me a great deal and has deeply influenced my career. It was here that I witnessed the value of merit as an evaluation criterion independent of where you work in an organization. And there is another aspect that I have never overlooked: humility, which means recognition of one's limitations and the drive to continuously improve.
Buonasera, paesani, buonasera. It is time to say good night to Cipriani.
When you think about who we are, what we represent, we are the largest single ethnic group in New York, New Jersey, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. Second largest in Pennsylvania, second largest in Massachusetts. We've got Italians everywhere in Florida and Texas and California. We are Supreme Court judges. We are speakers of the United States House of Representatives. We are doctors, we are lawyers, we are builders, we are engineers, we are politicians, we are businessmen and businesswomen. We are leaders of industry in the United States. Think about that. Now that should just end my speech and say, wow, great, we've achieved everything, we're wonderful, we can go home. However, we can't go home. And why can't we go home? Because there is still discrimination against Italians in the United States.
Thanks for watching this episode of Italics. I'm Anthony Tamburri. Arrivederci alla prossima puntata.